Malaysia,
Okay.
3 branches, and the end of the year we will expand to Philippines, and we're looking for to expand to Singapore as well. But when we go everywhere, all the menu we need to talk and with the local partner, the franchisee, to recommend us. When we say the price, we say the picture, we say about ingredient.
Yeah.
How we overcome is we need to get the right partners.
Get the right partner. Yeah.
And not only the partners, also talking with the local competitors.
Okay.
Every time I go to other country, it seems like I need to eat a lot of Singaporean food, right? But if I come as the franchise advisor, I have to visit every Thai restaurant here. How
okay.
Singaporean eat and come back. Okay, the taste is not like what they asking for. They like the original, but the one that original is not original that they see. Original that for tourists come to Bangkok.
Right.
That prepare for the tourists.
Okay. That's so important to know. You know.
It's a culture preference. That's
Yeah. So what you're saying is do your research by going down and actually trying out the different
Yes.
competitors. What are they doing? So that you will tweak your product to fit the market, which is here in Singapore.
that's true.
I see. Okay. Has that been a similar experience for you as well?
There are 2 points I have to share. The one is, well, the cultural sensitivity is a good thing, but overdoing that is also not very good.
Okay.
You know, so somewhere we have to strike the balance, the middle ground. You know, and often for me, I go there as an international person, and I don't necessarily want someone to take me to a particular cultural thing. I just want to just get down to the business and do that. So overthinking is also sometimes may not work. At the same time, the second point I have is looking at the data. So we are always looking at what is in front of us. But often if you actually do some study, look at the statistics and collect the data first and organize the data, there are a lot of hidden things, and we may even solve maybe a wrong problem in a place, and it has happened to us as well.
Right.
We were trying to solve a problem, and that was not a problem because the particular financial institution had a different approach to the problem. So our solution is not going to work there. So we wasted a lot of time, 2-3 days, in thinking through that. Had we actually done some homework, look at the data, it's good. And so, yeah, in front of us is what we look at it, and we go by our gut feeling. But if you use gut feeling a lot of time, this earth is a flat earth, isn't it? And so collecting data, I feel we could do more. Even in our company, we could do
But
more.
here's the thing, Bala, like, you talk about data a lot and the importance of data to know your customers and their metrics. What's your approach to that? Because like, do I work with a partner that is like an independent research body, or is it like I have to do my own research and survey in the market? How do you approach it?
Yeah, it's a combination of both, a hybrid approach. Well, the local partners may give a lot of data. However, we have to interpret with caution. And often there are companies out there, they are willing to pay more money for a 5 or 10% better product. And that could be a situation where it's not needed. So we have to interpret the data with a lot of caution and context as well.
Interesting.
When you talk about the data collection, and I'm thinking about the way how it's not everyone, the mostly for Thai people that doing business with other countries. We always asking for data. We always asking for information. But please understand that they just keep getting information that make them confident. But other country like I know that Singapore, you are very fast. When you think that you do it right, right away. But Thai people maybe just wait, I need information. This is how they work.
Absolutely.
It doesn't mean that right or wrong, but it depends
Exactly.
how they work together. I think that when you work with the Thai business, they might asking, yes, can you send me information? Can I get that one and taking some time for the meeting. But for you, it's just you when we asking for you, you say, okay, I can make decision right away.
Yes.
Yeah,
Obviously, there is a politeness when people ask, like, hey, give me the more information.
Of course, there's a way to
Instead of
say it.
saying, sorry, we don't need this product.
Yes, sometimes it's taking too long, too much information.
It's also like
It's
a
been
double-edged
polite.
sword. Yeah.
polite to say, refuse it.
Okay. So what you're essentially saying is that we need to. I mean, there's a certain way to conduct ourselves when we are a business owner. When in Thailand, obviously, because there's the different cultural expectations. Like we can't expect that everything is fast, right? Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay.
Because they got a lot of contact when they go to like this show
Yeah.
and have many brands, the leads come to talk to us. But our team is like, okay, we need to do some homework, we need to understand everything. But the leads from Malaysia, Singapore say, can I get that information today? But we say, no, we need to have many process to working on. Yeah.
Okay. I think just now Sharon mentioned about trends, and you did mention a little bit about, and there is this green sustainability. Maybe could you expand a little bit on what are some of the sustainability products or services that are doing well in the countries that you mentioned? For example, in Thailand, and even from your personal experience.
From my perspective.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. So you see, we have AI program which is able to read financial statement.
Okay.
Any financial statement and any Asian languages, we put that in. It'll read, organize, and interpret even the notes to account in the financial statement, and give us a standard output where I can actually apply for credit scoring. Yeah. So the problem is somewhat similar in ESG as well.
Okay.
Because every company will have a ESG report. They will have tables about emissions. They will have a table about gender diversity.
Okay.
They will have a table about the audit and the controls. So the data is, again, it's structured, but it's variant. Every sustainability report may have different table formats and double column table, some infographics and all. So can AI help on this and take it and organize it to a standard template where we can do a green scoring? The answer is yes. And we are currently pursuing that as on a beta version. And that is, I think we need to watch this space. Yeah.
Okay.
In terms of the sustainability and the ESG, Thailand government is very concerned about that.
Okay.
Because they see the natural risk is very big risk in the currently and the future as well. Recently, 2 days, the north of Thailand it has a big flood. There's a lot of, like a typhoon coming in, and so the big flood in the north of Thailand, and I hopefully that everything's gonna be fine. And the government is talking about how to help the victims and everyone that got a problem, the issue from the environment.
Right.
And I work with the government saving bank who finance for the SME. When they say they have like a finance or a loan for the ESG, if the company has the policy or business model that fall into the ESG, the environment, society, and governance, so they give the financing the lower interest rate.
Oh.
So that's what they would like to do. Even for the environmental, they're talking about bioeconomy, circular economy, and the green one is G is a green economy. Anything that are franchising, for example, that they would like to expanding for franchise. If they have like solar cell with that, we have the circular product, anything. They support subsidy for funding.
Oh.
That's what they're looking for.
Okay, so far we've touched on a lot of different topics from ESG, sustainability, to cultural differences and nuances. I want to bring it back to the listener right now who might be at an earlier stage of their franchising and expansion journey. So what would you say are considerations that a business should consider to know if they're ready for expansion within ASEAN?
About, can you say that the question again, expansion or what?
Yeah, what should a business consider? Like, how would they know if they're ready to expand to another market?
For Thai business or Singapore or
ASEAN
anyone?
in general.
Oh, the
Yeah, ASEAN in
general,
general,
right?
yeah.
For ASEAN, when you're thinking about the expansion, it has opportunity, many opportunity, and as I say, it's not only one country anymore.
Right.
It's a region. When we see the different consumer preference is everywhere. Even in one country, you have many generations. So I would say if you consider to expanding, thinking about the investment return and the risk all together, study is a must. And don't rely on one research or study. You need to talk with the local partner, as always says. And your competitor is also your friends. Sometimes you need to talk with like that and thinking as a supply chain.
Nice.
Everyone work together. We are in ASEAN, right? Please understand that other regions beside ASEAN, they would like to join in. They would like to invest in these regions. So if the ASEAN country get together and work together, we can work more. It says a lot of FTA, right? That's called free trade
Trade.
zone like that. So it's a good thing for that.
Competitors are your friends. Yeah.
That's very good.
Okay. And yourself, Bala?
I have 3 points on that before we even think about expanding. Is the very first thing is collect as much as research data as possible. Get the local partner, find a local partner, get a lot of information, give a context, and interpret that with caution. And the third is to find your first client and then expand. Yeah.
Why do you say that? Like, until you find the first client? Like, why is that?
Because that tells you that your product is sellable and there is a demand and it works. Otherwise, we do come across many situations where people have invested a lot and then they get really stressed to find that first client. And it can have a lot of stress for the business to, So get the first one, have a light version of something and then go.
To your point about finding the right local partner, what are some of the best practices for going about finding the right local partner?
Yeah, I was thinking about this. So the right partner is usually when we get the partners, they will say, I know the CEO. We play tennis. And I know this there because my wife works there. We know about how things. I think the right partner is something who are sold something to the particular client. Secondly, they're able to articulate what's the current situation is the process and what are they, and they're talking a little bit more in depth about what are the challenges and how they make the decisions. And third point is to, in general, have they actually sold not to just that partner, that particular client? Have they sold it to other? Are they knowledgeable in general about the industry? Those are the things I look for in a partner.
Yeah,
For me, if I would like to find the client, the first client, I like to go to association. Anything like business association in that countries and come to the show, like a FLA show.
Yeah.
And joining to find the partner because the friends recommend friends. That's
Right.
pretty good. For example, for FLA Asia today, that I come here, it seems like I come to visit and see my friends everywhere. I look at that the booth in Taiwan show, Malaysia show, Singaporean shows. Everyone we know each other. It's like a community. It seems like, yeah, we know each other again. Last month we just met in Thailand for the Thailand show. And next week we will meet again in Taiwan show. Yeah, it seemed like that. It seemed like when we saw that, we know each other in the local recommend someone to us. For example, this morning I arrived here. Our friends, the FLA organizer, just recommend me to the local business here that we can find and collaborate something to get together and bring our client and bring their client to know each other. So let the business begin.
Let the business begin. That's it. Right? Yeah. Yeah. So I guess what I'm hearing is that look out for good partners. You know, if they already have sales or clients in that country, then that's another tick in the checkbox. And go to your associations. Go and look out for people who are gonna network you with people who have already a foothold in the country. Yeah. Sounds really good.
Yeah, one more thing I'm really curious about, and Bala, you and I were speaking before we started recording this. You mentioned that this business, this industry, isn't for the faint-hearted. Could you expand a little bit more on that?
Sorry, I didn't get the last part.
Before we started recording, we talked a little bit about how this industry is not for the faint-hearted. I would love to hear you expand more on this, and I would also love to hear Steph's thoughts on this as well.
Yes. So I'm a first-time entrepreneur. I used to work in banks, large banks, top-tier banks. So I took the plunge about 4 years back. Every day there's a new problem. And what gives us the confidence is that about last few months, few years, every day we have been having new problems. These are solvable problems. In terms of what can I do best with the information I have right now, with the resource I have. Often I feel that when we speak to our clients saying, this is a problem and this is the best I can do, they are actually very empathetic. And sometimes I and my team may overthink that, well, I really need to solve. But if we go to the client saying, this is the best in the industry, this is what we'll solve, this is the assumptions, and this is the limitation, they are. So what actually matters most is transparency. Often the communication skill becomes really good, and at the end of the day, it's managing the expectation. And because that communication is different for different days, and sometimes we struggle with that, and that's why it's not for the faint-hearted, because a new problem, how do we explain, how do we create empathy is the question. So, and that's what is not for the faint-hearted, who is actually looking for a question very quickly, how to answer that question. Instead of that, I feel if you spend a little bit more time on what are we trying to solve that, it would give better results, yeah.
I am the consultant, so it's mean problem is my job. No problem is no job.
Good job.
That's what. And when my client come talking to me and asking something for proposal, it's always come with the problem. That's what I say. Yes, I'm happy to see problem, because its problem is my job to doing with them. That sometimes when they say, yes, I was a banker before, like 10 or 20 years ago, I worked in the debt restructurings. a lot of NPL, the economic crisis that time. I hear about problem every day. So get in touch to the problems. So that's why I say, if we have a problem, we think about the attitude, the growth mindset. We say that how to overcome that. We think out of the box. If we say that the problem is in the box, I say that, okay, don't worry about that one. Think something else. The solution is everywhere. That's what I'm doing for that.
Wow, I love your approach. I love the analogy. Yeah, I guess to kind of end things off, like what would be some of your advice for businesses that would like to venture into the ASEAN market, just to close things off? Yeah.
Well, to expand in the ASEAN market, a local context, and second thing is to gather a lot of data and get a local partner to understand the data and also help to interpret the data, find the right local partner, and and get the first client.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
I would say it's the right time to go to the ASEAN. Don't worry anything because problem is everywhere. If you don't start today, it means a lot of problem coming in. So getting in, get the problem. You have the consultant everywhere to support you. This is what I like to do.
Right. Okay. Problems will always be there, so don't wait. Right, Cheryl?
Amazing, amazing. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's a wrap for us.
Yeah, so we've come to the end of the business show, and this is TFC, the Financial Coconut, and I hope you've gleaned some insights on the ASEAN market and expanding into businesses there. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll catch you for the other shows. See you guys. Take care. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.